telling you if it's taking time, what you can be doing with that time. Okay? All right. If you guys have any questions, as I said, this is my last show. And you can hit me up with some questions on my Facebook page, which is Leave None Behind Ministries. I'd be more than glad to, go back and forth with you and answer any questions that you have. And also, I also do a page called Collection of Veterans Internet Support Sites. If you are a firefighter, paramedic, EMT, police officer, first responder, or veteran, or a spouse of any of the above, and you are feeling like you need some extra help, you're more than welcome to contact me on my Leave None Behind Ministries page. And I can either recommend to you
Good morning, St. Louis. How are you this fine extravaganza, at least until we find something better? Well, it appears that it is definitely summertime here in St. Louis. It's been a little warm, been a little sweltery, and, it seems that there aren't many people around. I've tried getting to talk to a few people, but you know what? We're just going to roll today. We're going to talk about a few things, but importantly, we're going to hit up talking about some community events. Whoa, I'm moving. Whoa, 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 whoa. The black hole. No. So we're going to talk about some events that are upcoming, some community events, some non-for-profits. We did this last week too, but you know what? What the heck? It makes sense. We'll do it again. I'm not afraid to talk. I just keep talking and talking and talking and talking and talking and talking. That's irritating, isn't it, Papa Bear? So,
but you do it so well.
I try my best. So, I want to jump in a little bit of the fun I had this weekend, because I do have to talk about that just briefly, because for those of you that have seen me tagged on Facebook by my wife, we went on this diet, and the first couple weeks went really, really good. I dropped 11 pounds, believe it or not. Most of that was probably BS weight, but like water weight or something. But now this past weekend, we probably fell off the wagon a little bit.
Have all of your BS.
I'm full of BS? Yeah, that's true. That's how I can just sit here and talk on the Ferguson USA Hot Talk Radio here. You like that little drop in there, But this weekend was cool. So our daughter moved back from Houston. Some of you know that, some don't. Some care, some don't. Whatever. So we decided we were going to do a little something fun Sunday. But Saturday was, this is a segue. You ever heard of the term segue? That means or foreshadowing.
That little scooter thing?
Well, yes, exactly. Or foreshadowing. So next week, we have a fabulous guest that's going to be coming on.
Who is it, Kirk?
That could be the one and only George Slaughter. However, it was George's birthday this past week. So Saturday, he had a little small gathering at his new place he moved into. It was a Stock Your Bar party. I have got to do one of these. I don't know why I would have a Stock My Bar party. I'm just going to have to find out some kind of dumb rule or dumb reason to do so. Maybe we'll have a Stock My Bar party here. And then we can put up... No, it's not going to work, is it?
Not in the church. No.
Not in the church. No, we probably shouldn't do that here. But anyway, so we went and hung out with George for a little while, checked that out. And, of course, obviously we talked about that. And he's going to be coming on here next week. We just blocked out the entire hour. We looked at it like doing a half-hour segment. No, we're just going to be babbling. Yeah, we'll just be babbling the whole time. So we're going to keep just rocking and rolling right along. And, you know, after that, later on that evening, we went and had you ever been to Salt and Smoke, Papa Bear?
No, I haven't.
Really?
That's a barbecue place, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. They got one in U City, down on, I think it's Southampton. They also have one in the Central West End. Obviously, local businesses restaurants and bars especially, are still hurting just a bit. Even as things try to open up and things close back up. And frankly, I'm just kind of tired of all that. So we're not going to talk about those pandemic words or any of that other stuff or anything else. We're just going to keep talking about good stuff today. But yeah, they have some very, very, very good barbecue. So if you're in the area and want to drop by, go see them. Plus, for those of you that I've talked to recently, you know, I've really, really gotten my whiskey hobby has kind of gone into full swing in this time frame. And one of the cool things they have is they have some pretty decent whiskey pours there. So I had never tried Macallan 12. For those of you that have any idea about whiskey, you know that that's a relatively expensive bottle. But I was able to get a pour of it for $6, and they may have poured it a little strong for me, so that was kind of nice. I was very appreciative of them because, I got to try that and then decide that, you know, probably I am going to eventually put the I'll probably put that in my repertoire at some point because it's really, really good. But Sunday, we had some real good fun. Speaking of local businesses, I mean, local in the area, close, you know, it'd take you a little while to drive there, but we took a trip down to St. Genevieve and Cape Girardeau and even Sykeston over the weekend. On Sunday, just because we took off and went to the Cave Winery. Are you a winery fellow there, Papa Bear?
I like my occasional wine.
Yeah, you know, and we've got some really, within an hour and a half drive of the St. Louis area, there's some amazing wineries. You go east, west, north, south, whatever. There's wineries all over the place. So we hit the Cave Winery. So the Cave Vineyard and Winery is really cool. It's they actually have a cave on site. So you pull in their parking lot, and you know, they're doing all the social distancing stuff they got to do. You got to spray yourself down with hand sanitizer, you know, and stuff before you go in. But they got some pre-lined up samples you can do there, and then if you buy a bottle, you can go down to their cave. They literally have a cave on site, and it is really a very cool place. You can just hang out. They got tables down there. You just take your bottle of wine down there and have a little time and hang out in the cave. It's really cool. Really cool. It cave. Cool. No. You stopped paying attention to me already today. Okay, that's cool. Whatever. I'm just a bad person. I can't help myself. But after that then, so I went to high school with two of the gentlemen that are involved with Crown Valley Winery. And so we're like, you know what? I had never gotten down there, and I felt like a terrible person. So we rolled over to their winery and sat out on their back patio and did some wine sampling, at which point wife and daughter went, you know, we probably should have ate before we came down and did this. So, you know, ran inside. Conveniently, they had some sausage packed up, some cheese, really good. I should have brought the name of that. But they had some local cheese from down there and a pack of Ritz crackers. Ritz crackers, which are carbs, which don't necessarily fit into the diet. Neither is the sugar in the wine, but whatever. We were having a good time. By the time we left there, the wife was giggly. And, yeah, she was...
That must have been fun.
It was fun. She was giggly. We had a good time. But, see, Crown Valley also has a brewery, of which I've had some of their beers. But I thought, you know, let's roll up... Wait, what Crown Valley Brewery and distillery? See, I didn't realize that a distillery was there as well. Distillery means spirits, which is, that's lots of fun. Hence whiskey, which, fits into my groove. So we rolled over there and got to sample a little of their bourbon there, as well as you ever had. What's your drink of choice, Papa? You a whiskey guy? You a wine?
I'm an amaretto sour guy.
Amaretto sour guy.
Either that or Frangelica. I like Frangelica.
See those like really nice liqueur flavors and things like that. Excellent,
the
very.
Almond and the hazelnut. Yeah.
Gotcha. Now, see, gin is an acquired taste, in my personal opinion.
It
When I was younger, I was like, this is just nasty, this is just gross, but as I've sophisticated my palate, did that sound believable? Yeah, it sounded good. Kind of realized that that's all right. It's just allergies. Realize that, gin and whiskey are very similar, whereas, if you have a distilled spirit like a vodka, it's pretty neutral. There's not a lot of flavor to it. And that's done on purpose, so it can be, mixed with things and stuff like that. To get to gin, you add things to it. You add herbs, you add florals, you add things like that. And then whiskey, you put it in a barrel and let it go to sleep for a while.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Okay. Hey, I'm good. We're just going to keep rolling here. I'll keep babbling. I got all kinds of good stuff to talk about. But, it was really cool because I tried some of their gin, which I was actually really, really impressed by. I don't need to get into another liquor hobby, but, I got my whiskey thing, but the gin was really good. They actually have absinthe there. So if you've never tried absinthe, that is definitely an acquired taste. There's a lot going on in that, but I had some of that too, and then bought a couple bottles, and we rolled out of there and rolled down. I was pretty much, the girls had some pretzels there, but didn't really solve the problem. So we ended up rolling down to Cape Girardeau. And for those of you that have ever been down to Cape, there's an awesome place there called Broussard's. And it's a Cajun restaurant. So if you ever get down to Cape, make sure you pop in and see them. They had it laid out beautifully. They were taking care of stuff. They were getting people in, keeping people distance that need to be. And definitely should go down there. And I was good. I only got a half order of jambalaya because I have been there before and literally gotten like an etouffee plate and like fried alligator and like 38 pounds of food and walk out of there like I'm collapsing. But be that as it may, I was good. Had some jambalaya, and then we went down and did a little shopping. Back me to get some work clothes and did a little shopping down in Sykeston and stuff like that. So it was a very, very fun weekend. Rolled back in Sunday night. Got in about 8:30 or so, and beautiful day. It was an absolutely gorgeous day. So then, obviously I had to pay the piper for my, lack of discipline over the weekend. So it was a beautiful night last night. Went out and kind of pushed our walking to at least double what we usually do, which was, it was absolutely gorgeous out last night. But one of the really cool things that I heard last night, and if you have not been out to hear it, if you've not been out in a park walking around, do you know that the mullet is back, Papa?
I did see that.
The mullet is literally back, and it is so cool for me. I mean,
I bet you used to wear a mullet.
I had a spectacular mullet, and on top of that, my mom was a beautician, so I had one of the first perm mullets in my school, where the whole back, not only was it the party in the back, it was permed on top of that.
Oh my God!
With the, I mean, it was something to behold. But I look out and these kids are playing baseball, man. It was like, I don't know why I went 70s there. Man, it was so cool, man. But they're out there playing baseball. Every one of them's got like a mullet hanging out the back of their baseball hat. It was just it was a beautiful thing to behold. I just kind of caught myself watching. I'm just like, there are kids out playing in the field. Thank God. At least there's something going on that's semi-freaking normal in this world. So that was really, really cool to see that. And then these kids, have you seen these kids playing this? It's called spike ball. Have you seen this? So they've got like this. No, it's like, it's called spike ball. And the only I can liken it to is like, You remember Foursquare? Did you ever play Foursquare when you were a
Never
kid?
played it,
So
but I've
maybe
seen
that
it.
was just an '80s thing. We used to have these squares painted on the playground and stuff, and you basically had the big playground ball, and you had to bounce it in there, and that kind of stuff. But
I
this
never
is,
understood it.
yeah. Well, you had to. There was 2 square, 4 square. You had teams. It was crazy, but and you could bobble the ball. It was But they've got this trampoline little thing. It's like a little personal trampoline, is what it looks like.
Okay.
And there's 2 teams, 2 against each other, and you have to spike the ball off of the trampoline. That's like your net, I guess. So you spike it off the trampoline, and then your partners, I don't know how many times you get to pass it around to each other before you spike it, but it's like these kids were running around going crazy, and I'm like, yes, there are kids playing in a park again. It was really cool.
Their phones.
Not on their phones. Absolutely not on their phones. They were out. They were sweating. They were playing this spike ball game, and I'm like, man, I could get a hold of this, but I'd probably end up hurting myself. That's just how.
That would not be a good thing.
Well, I've come to grips with the fact that I've got to bust the rust off some more with getting out and walking, and getting loosened up before I try to drift into into playing spike ball with teenage kids, because they would probably hurt me. So anyway, that was kind of the weekend and rolling into today. Cool news though on the bingo front. So Extreme Bar Bingo is starting to make its way back slowly but surely. Some locations are reopening. They have the room to keep people distance and stuff like that. So if you pay attention at Extreme Bar Bingo Facebook page, you can definitely follow along with that. Where did my little mousey go? I lost it. Mousey. There it is. I should be like tagging in the things that I was talking about, right? We've talked about this before, where I should help promote things and stuff because they're cool.
ExtremeBarBingo.com, right?
It is ExtremeBarBingo.com. That is correct. As well as at Extreme Bar Bingo on the Facebook. So one of the things, some of those are coming back. You got to definitely check out that page as they get added back in. Wisconsin is booming right now. They are opening new locations all the time. So if you're up that way, you are definitely going to be able to get some Extreme Bar Bingo in your life very, very soon. But yeah, so that's coming back. Some of those ones that we talked about before, the Council American Legion, they're coming back on Sunday. So that's going to be kind of cool. Silver Creek and Belleville's coming back on Monday. Smoking Caves and Millstadt is open on Thursdays. At that point, there's some other ones that are drifting back in. So make sure you check out that Extreme Bar Bingo page so that you can learn about those things too. There's some fundraising things going on where last Thursday, with Tribos, they did a parking lot bingo out at the event center in Belleville in St. Clair County. So that's something too that, obviously we've talked about this in the past couple weeks, where there are, non-for-profits that are having fundraisers, or used to have fundraisers, and they just can't do it right now. So there are a lot of them that are hurting. So one of those things that has come up is, hey, look at that. The jackpot definitely. That was impressive. So jackpot is up to $2,000 in Extreme Bar Bingo. That's definitely changed a bit with the way it had running. We were starting at $3,000, but obviously when there's not that many bars playing, it had to be dropped down. And I'm still on hiatus at this point, just because it is what it is, But there is those parking lot bingos. So those are hopefully going to maybe catch on a little bit, give some organizations, especially on the Illinois side, an opportunity to try to raise some money. So definitely, if you go onto that, I just dropped the Glow Bingo website in there. So that is that's the site to go check all that stuff out. But speaking of Extreme Bar Bingo, we're going to segue. So coming up this Saturday. Now, it's been beautiful out here the last couple of days, right? It has been kind of beautiful. It's getting ready to get hot. We're getting ready to get a little warm out here. But if you're interested in it, on Saturday out at Highland Speedway, there are, let me see if I can tag this in. I wonder if I can tag this in a minute. I'm going to try to anyway. Maybe not. Who knows? I'll figure that part out here in a second. But out at Highland Speedway in Highland, Illinois, that is the Aggressive Summer Nationals. So there are going to be a lot of people out there racing on the dirt. If you've never been to dirt track racing, you need to go and do that because, number one, it's just a lot of fun. Now, I'm going to tell you straight up, you're going to get dirty. There is no doubt about that one bit. You are going to get dirty. You're going to get sweaty anyway. You take a shower when you get home. But it's really cool because the feature races have sponsorships, lap sponsors. So Envelop, see how I just bounced through things?
Wow.
Is sponsoring a lap in both of those races. Which lap do you ask? Well, of course.
Which lap is it?
Lucky lap number 13.
Woohoo!
See? So, sponsorship on that. A lot of that money that is raised this weekend is going to be donated to Brett's First Responders. See how I just roll through this stuff? I am just amazed.
How do you do that,
I
Kirk?
have no idea. I try to plan ahead of time, but, it's always interesting. So, Brett's First Responders, for those that don't know, was an organization created by my good friend and might as well be a brother, Todd Corvus, whose brother Brett was killed in a car wreck back in April of 2019. And he was a first responder with the Swansea Fire Department. And obviously he was killed outside of line of duty. When first responders are killed in the line of duty, Backstoppers is there. Backstoppers is an awesome, amazing organization that fills in and helps families out with stuff like that. But when a first responder is killed outside the line of duty, they're, that's not where they're at. That's not what they do. So Brett's First Responders was formed to turn a horrible situation into a good one, and basically the idea behind that is to help those people, those first responders that are killed are outside the line of duty, and help their families out. So some of the fundraising stuff that's going on with Brett's First Responders. Obviously the race this weekend, that race is being held, kind of in memory of Brett, and so it's going to Brett's First Responders as a fundraiser. Also, have you ever done a Queen of Hearts, Papa? You ever heard of the Queen of Hearts drawing?
My American Legion does it, but I don't generally get up there for it.
Gotcha. So basically, if you don't know what a Queen of Hearts drawing is, what that comes down to is you buy a ticket, and there's a board that has 54 spots on it, just 54 numbers, and it's the 52 playing cards plus 2 jokers. You buy your ticket, put your name and information on there, and you pick a number. And you can buy more than one ticket. You could literally buy 54 of them if you wanted to and have one of every number. So then they roll the drum and they pull one ticket out. And then that person's name is the person who was picked. And then they go to the board and they say, let's say they select number 12. Well, then they cut out number 12 and then they turn it over. And depending on what that card is how much you win. It's based on the rules. Rules are different for each organization. But, if you pull a 5 of diamonds, if the rule is that you win, 10 times the face value or whatever the case might be, that's on some of them, or it might just be like a straight $50 or, whatever the case is, you win that. If you find the Queen of Hearts, you win the jackpot. So basically that jackpot each week, and then they dump the tickets each week, so it just keeps building up. There's been some big ones in Illinois. There was one of them that was over $1 million.
Wow.
And so the idea is that whatever the percentages that are cut, a percentage of that goes to the organization, a percentage of that goes to that jackpot. So they're doing a Queen of Hearts drawing, and they're doing it on Facebook right now. So it's a virtual event. If you go to Brett's First Responders and find the Queen of Hearts event, you can buy your ticket, pick your number, and then they're pulling it on Wednesdays at 7 o'clock. I think it's like 4 or 5 weeks in. So then as you get the idea, as the weeks go by, there's less cards on the board, so there's bigger chances to win. The pot's getting bigger. But there's also the idea that hopefully more people are buying those tickets. So check that out. That's Brett's First Responders. I tagged them in the live feed. They've got their Queen of Hearts drawing. Also coming up on October the 9th, at least they're hoping to still. That's still in the plans. They're having their first golf scramble. Little golf tournament at Stone Wolf in Fairview. So that is coming up on October 9th. So you should make sure to check that out as well. Ignore all my other notes that are on there and stuff. Just because. Speaking of golf tournaments, ta-da! I'm just full of it. Well, yeah, we know that.
Segue today.
I'm full of stuff. Check this out, Papa. You can see through this because it's green. The Northwest Chamber of Commerce. I'm the chair of the tournament, so that is something you should definitely check out as a Northwest Chamber of Commerce golf tournament. It is July 31st, 2020, and
Birthday.
That's your birthday?
That is.
It's your birthday. Go shorty. It's your birthday. No, it's not yet, but it will be that day. We'll have to celebrate. So it is Friday, July 31st, 2020 at Bear Creek Golf Club out in Wentzville. Now that's St. Charles County, so the restrictions are a little less than what are in St. Louis City and County. As of last meeting, I believe we're down to 7 foursomes available, which is awesome. So we want golfers. That's important. Registration at 10 o'clock, box lunch at 11, shotgun start at noon. Different contests, mulligans, all that kind of stuff. We're working on trying to have everything bought ahead of time, so there's not a lot of money exchange and things like that. So if you're looking to get out, play some golf, you can come out as a one-some, a two-some, a threesome, or a foursome. I slid over the threesome that time without making a big headline of me saying threesome.
That's right.
Oh, wait, I just did that, didn't I?
You did make one-some.
I did make a one-some. That's my term. I should coin that one.
That's right.
I should coin that term.
That's not copyrighted because it's on tape or it's on digital.
It's not copyrighted?
It is copyrighted.
It is
because
copyrighted?
It's on digital.
Well, heck yes. If you use that, I'll take royalties on that. My royalties are cheap. I'll take your favorite. I'll even take your favorite band, a Nickelback. Oh, that was bad. Yes. Oh,
Do you mind if I mention the golf tournament as well?
Whoa, you can.
Well, we got the Ralph Kaufman golf tournament coming up at the Whitmore Country Club on October 6th.
2020. You mean this one? The Whitmore, the one I have written down right there? That I was going to talk. I see right there.
I didn't realize you were going to.
I was. I brought the Kaufman Fund in because, hey, the Kaufman Fund is awesome. They do tons of work for the military, or for veterans.
And kids.
And kids, yes. So their golf tournament, yes, October 6th of 2020 at Whitmore. Hopefully things will be opened up a little more for them by that point, so things aren't... I think somebody was listening in, perhaps, because I just got the face palm.
Oh, did you?
In the comments. That's funny. I love it. All right, we got to take the Kaufman Fund in there. There we go. So they've got that coming up. They also have their Military Appreciation Weekend on October 16th through the 18th at the Wonderland Camp. I just tagged Kaufman Fund in there, but it's wonderlandcamp.org. They're looking for sponsors for that. So that's something that if you're interested in being a cabin sponsor, meal sponsor, activity sponsor, you should jump on there. Plus, December 13th of this year is their annual, that's the annual Trees for Vets event, right? They're taking stuff ahead of time.
That's right.
That's when the actual event
what they're doing
is.
is right now they're getting sponsors for the trees. I think it's about $25 a tree.
Okay.
And you can get 4 trees and you're like a field sponsor or something like that.
Gotcha.
But go to the Kaufman Fund and Trees for Vets and you'll find out.
Yeah, find out about that because that's an awesome event where they get Christmas trees for veterans and their families, which is a very cool thing, I think.
And they even have a special guest in a red suit there.
A special guest in a red suit.
Do.
Red
Might
suit.
that be?
That might be a guy. Does he go by the name of Santa Claus?
Could he?
Could be. I wonder who might be filling that role. So, This is your early warning. If you have an event and you're looking to find a Santa Claus to hire for that event, I might know of one who goes like full out. Might know a guy. Goes pretty full out, dyes the hair and the face hair all white and everything and fills the role. So, message this page because I could probably hook you up with that guy. Just saying. Just saying. Now is the time to start thinking about that. It's the 14th of July, so plus 11, plus, so it's like, what, 5 months and 11 days till Christmas? Is that right?
About that.
Holy cow. Wow. Yeah, we're in July. All of a sudden, we're in July. So definitely start looking forward to that stuff, It's going to be cold again. It's hot right now, though. It's definitely hot. Speaking of hot, it's hot out there for the puppies, too. So some of the awesome places around, kind of popped on some rescue pages and stuff to check it out. Didn't see a lot of events going on right now. Looks like I just missed a couple that were in the past. But, there's a lot of animal rescues out there. And they usually do a lot of fundraising. And that is definitely been tough for them right now. Because obviously we can't get big groups of people together. So getting big groups of people together is usually a good way to raise money. However, that's not going on right now. So, Belleville Humane Society, Belleville, I should say that slowly instead of like one long word.
Slowly,
yes,
Kirk.
Belleville Area Humane Society.
Was that the Belleville Area Humane Society?
Yes, or BAHS for short.
Okay.
They are doing this Thursday. It is their Bags for Wags event. And, let's see, hey, I did tag them. I am capable of multitasking, sort of. Not well, but I do it. So that is something that's going on this Thursday. Basically, you buy a ticket. It's a virtual event. And let's see if they've got this here. Let me click on them and go to their events page here. So, basically, you buy your ticket. It's being done via Zoom, starting at 6:30. You can log on to the Zoom, and the event will start at 7. So basically, you get your snacks, get your drinks, tune in on Zoom, and there are 2 designer purses that they're giving away. I think it's 2. That's what I'm going with. That's what's in the picture. If I'm wrong, between Shelly and Shoshana and all of them, they'll yell at me anyway, but whatever. I'm still talking about their event just because I'm a sweet person.
You are.
So basically everyone has a chance because there is no space limitations. I think there's more than... Yeah, because it says you win one of the designer bags, they have thousands of dollars of purses. I know that purses can be high dollar, but, I don't think they just have 2. I think they have more than that. So definitely make sure you log into that, and you can... that was interesting. Oh, it's a text message. You just logged into the Extreme Bar Bingo texter line, didn't you?
No.
No.
Nope.
Liar.
That was my church.
Oh, that's your church?
Yeah.
They've got like almost the same number. That's kind of crazy. Anyway, so that Bags for Wags event is going on this Thursday. So you definitely want to grab a ticket. You don't have to be on the Zoom event to win. So if you're not around, tickets are... How much are tickets? That would be important.
How much are tickets?
Tickets are $20, so that's not much. You got an extra $20, you might have a chance to walk away with a Gucci purse. That'd be worth it, wouldn't it, Papa?
Absolutely.
Yeah, because you need a Gucci purse. Well, that could get you out of the doghouse with something else. You never know.
My wife doesn't do a purse.
Well, okay, so you could save it for a donation for an event. How about that?
That's true, I could.
I don't know, it sounded good, right? I thought it sounded good. Anyway, what are you doing? Printing.
I am printing
You're printing
a gift certificate for the Northwest Chamber.
what?
Absolutely.
A gift certificate
Yeah.
for the Northwest Chamber?
For the Northwest
For
Chamber
what?
Tournament.
Mmm.
For a Santa visit.
Oh, giddy up! So check this out. if you're going to want to play in that Northwest Chamber Golf Tournament, this will be one of the gifts that is in the raffle pile. So if you need a Santa to come to your house, to come to your events, this is going to be one of those raffle prizes. That's awesome. Did you check that out with Santa? Is he cool with that?
He's cool.
He's cool with that. All right, excellent. He's not going to be cool if he's down here right now. It's hot, hot, hot. So now we're going to jump into another awesome event that's going to be happening on August 8th. So obviously you want to tune in. I'm going to tag them in here. But if you go to Miracles in Progress, that's with the letter N, not and, miraclesinprogress.org.
I-N.
Huh?
Miracles in Progress.
No, Miracles N. There's no in. No, it's Miracles N Progress. That's the wrong one. Look for the butterfly.
No.
Yes. Go to miraclesinprogress.org. There they are. That's them. So Trina and the guy and a couple of kids were on here a few weeks ago. They've got their car show that's happening August 8th. They are basically looking for a lot of things. So looking for sponsors. If you've got a really cool car, truck, or Jeep, or bike, or whatever, and want to be part of a car show, definitely want to get a hold of Trina and join in with that. They're going to start at, I forgot the name of the darn place. It used to be St. Louis Motor Works. Let me see if I can find out what the name of that is real quick here while we're talking, because it changed names, changed ownerships. But it's really cool. If you ever seen a lot of exotic cars out in the Chesterfield area, that is not it. Anyway, I will keep working on that to try and find that here in a second. But they're starting there. So all these kids that are, have terminal illnesses and things like that, they are going to be able to meet up at, what is the name of that?
Hold on.
Is it Holman? Is that the name of it? Trina's going to kick my butt that I don't have this written down in front of me. That might be the name of it. Is that it? Is that it? That could.
Let's see. It's going to be at the
Home
Family Arena.
Well, it starts at Holman Motor Cars. There we go. I got it. Holman Motor Cars, which is at number 1 Arnage Boulevard in Chesterfield. I knew I'd find it eventually. So they're right down there in the Chesterfield Valley. They're right over by the Lamborghini dealer. So the kids are going to start there. They get to ride. They get to pick their car, whether it's a Lamborghini, a Bugatti, a Rolls Royce, whatever. They get to ride in style. Our awesome friends, the St. Louis County Police Department, are blocking off 40 between there and the Family Arena. So they're going to go zipping down 40 to the Family Arena for the event. So then once they get over to the Family Arena, they're going to have red carpet treatment. They're going to have, just basically paparazzi taking these kids' pictures. So that's where you guys come in. They're needing sponsorship for that. Also, if you're a vendor, let's say you sell something, they have a vendor's road there. If you've been highly affected by COVID-19, there's an application to get a free booth there. However, you can still buy a booth to be a vendor in their vendor's row, which would be kind of cool. Throw a tip jar out. Somebody wants a tip, you can donate it to the cause.
So FRG is going to have their own spider in there.
Ooh, spider. Nice. Yeah. Cool. Very cool, very cool. We're going to put a helmet cam on Papa or something.
I've got a helmet cam.
Helmet cam, helmet cam. Dude, we need a theme for that. Helmet cam, helmet cam. No, that's terrible. I won't write
build one.
I won't write the theme song.
Good.
Good? Ouch. That's not nice. But once they get there, they're also going to have food trucks out there. So if you like food trucks, if you have a food truck, if you know of a food truck, you definitely want to get a hold of them as well. It'd be a great way to get your name out there to a bunch of people you've never been exposed to before. Be a fabulous, fabulous way, I think, to show up out there. Get your food in front of people. Get your food in people's bellies. Bawong.
That was me.
That was me actually.
Yeah.
Ah yes. Okay, cool. So we also have. Well, let me finish. Oh God, that was some terrible video I shared to somebody else. We won't share that on here because there was a lot of cursing in it.
Fair enough.
Yeah, we won't do that. But that's not what got sent to me. It's something else I got to talk about. So that car show is taking place on August the 8th. Starts at 10, runs to like 4 o'clock. Definitely check that out. I do have some information that they are hoping, still up in the air, no have confirmation, but they may have some big name people out there. One of the people who was in here is working on that very diligently, so we'll see what happens there. Also with Miracles in Progress, on the 19th and 20th of September of this year, they have their Miracles Mark Twain Classic. It's a 2-day open buddy bass tournament. So what that means, there's actually going to be professional fishermen there. And then the kids from Miracles in Progress are going to get to go out and be in a boat with these professional fishermen for this buddy fishing tournament. So they basically give these kids the poles. They give the kids all the things they need. They have cabins and stuff like that. So that they can go out, learn to fish, have a great day, because some kids are into cars. Guess what some kids are into? Fishing. So that's a cool thing. They are also looking for sponsorships and stuff on that. That's going to be up at Mark Twain Lake, which is up, it's up near, it's up near like Hannibal area. It's not quite that far, but it's up that way. Up north a bit. But that's going to be on the 19th and 20th of this year. So that's something, hit up miraclesinprogress.org. They're always looking for sponsorships, which would be a fabulous, fabulous way to, you need some donations. So there's a lot of businesses out there, especially smaller businesses. So check this out. How much mileage have you been putting on right now? How many luncheons have you gone to? Not many. So your write-offs are down, right? Your taxes are going to pay for it next year. So if you are in the place that you've still been able to work during this stuff going on, any one of these organizations is a fabulous, fabulous way to get those write-offs. I mean, if you want to look at it straight business sense, take your heart out of it for a second. You need write-offs, right? So here's a great way to do something good and get a write-off. Then I'll, play with your heartstrings. I'll show like kids and dogs and stuff like that, and the get a Sarah McLachlan song or something playing on there. So your heart gets just like ripped out and you just start writing checks, right? Also, we got something going on through the end of the month. This is in Millstadt at Garden Place. So Garden Place Senior Living is accepting food and personal care item donations through July 31st. Stuff that's non-perishable, easy to heat and eat items. That is going to be delivered to area homebound seniors. So there's a tub on the front door of the Garden Place Senior Living in Millstadt, 208 South Kossuth in Millstadt. I am betting, too, that there are a lot of assisted living places that are doing similar things to that. So, you're on Facebook and social media anyway. Search around, look for some of these senior living centers, because obviously, regardless of your feelings on this whole virus thing, there are people that are susceptible to viruses of all kinds, and most of those fall into that category of being elderly. So they've been really stuck in their homes since freaking March. I mean, literally, the last one we filmed here before we went virtual for 2 months was on St. Patrick's Day. That's how long ago this stuff started. And so think about some of those people that have been, have been locked in and stuff like that, because their world is not. It's become very isolated. So little gifts like that and things that you can do would definitely help out a bunch. Gesundheit.
Thank you.
You're allergic to me. That's what it is. But as you know, as people are sitting in their houses, they're cleaning stuff out, getting rid of things, always sheets, blankets, towels, stuff like that. if you don't know of an area rescue, as far as animal rescue, get a hold of me, because I can definitely find a home for things like that, for those things, as well as if you've got clothing, women's clothing, children's clothing, stuff like that. A lot of the violence prevention centers and stuff, there's been a lot of talk that all this lockdown that's taken place, all the people that are stuck together in homes, that domestic issues have arisen because there's no escape from it. So there are times where a woman will grab her and the kids and what's on their back and take off and go to one of these shelters. So those shelters are always looking for donations and support. So that's something to consider as well. With this crappy situation and all the stuff that's going on, we can make good things happen in the world. Just the other day too, something that happened. My wife's best friend from growing up in high school. She just lost her 19-year-old son to cancer. So keep a little thoughts for the Nelson family. It's crap. It sucks. He fought a hard fight, and unfortunately, he lost his battle this week. So keep them in your thoughts and prayers this week, because they're dealing with that situation. Knowing them, I fully expect there to be something happening down the road, as far as something in his memory, probably some kind of also a fundraiser or something. So that's a crappy situation. Unfortunately, nothing we can do to help, other than just say F cancer. But I can't use the word that's supposed to be in there, because I guess the FCC's not really paying attention to us yet, but we're trying to keep it PG. The day we get an FCC letter, Papa, that's a good day, because that means that
means we're bigger.
That means they've started paying attention.
Watching.
Right, people are watching. Definitely, though, too, as we get through here, obviously, next week's show, we have got the one and only George Slaughter booked on here. Him and I are going to be not rapping, because nobody wants to hear us sing, but talking, discussing business for the entire hour. So here's what we got going on. We're here at Ferguson USA Hot Talk Radio. With this show, with the Kirk Schilling Extravaganza, we always want to bring on for-profit and non-for-profit businesses. Talk about what's going on. Talk about community events that you maybe have going on with your non-for-profit. Make sure that, get a hold of me. Drop a message to the Ferguson USA page. Send me an email. Drop me a line. You can find me. I mean, look at this face. This face is not hard to find on Facebook. Or the Twitter or anything like that, LinkedIn, whatever. Send us a message. You want to get on here, we can bring you in studio. If you're not comfortable doing that yet, we can bring you in virtually. Hal will goof with you for at least 5 minutes, do something silly. It'll be fun. But we want to get your business out there, get you featured. And just because I'm the cool person that I am, and I can say that because it's my show, right? Whether it's true or not, I can say it. No, it's basically a free half an hour's worth of advertisement for your business, because I'm covering the airtime right now. So get a hold of me. Definitely want to do that. As business promotions and things are taking place, there are some people that have really gotten into video, and video is a big deal. So that's something that, your video's got to be well done. Otherwise, it just looks like you're taking yourself with your iPhone video, and it's that stupid app that we're not going to talk about because it's getting banned, hopefully, because it's garbage. But that's not nice to say. But anyway, videos. When you have a video and you're talking about your business, some of those videos need voiceovers. Do you know who does voiceovers? Hey, guess what? I do. That's Scotty Papa Barron. Send an email to voiceovers for you.
Number four.
Letter U. So voiceovers, the number 4, letter U, at gmail.com. We're going to drop that in here too, just because I'm just, that kind of nice person. So it's voiceovers for you at gmail.com. You need some voiceover work done for a video. I know a guy. Show him that voice, Papa. Give me a hey.
Yeah. There's Johnny.
See, there you go. You could have that voice right there talking about your business. As well, you know what? You need to showcase your space. I know my hotels and hospitality event spaces, wedding venues, real estate, things like that, private schools, whatever. Envelop, we're out scanning. We are showcasing those places, dropping you on Google Maps, giving you tools to share your space with the world via social media and stuff like that. So you can drop me a message on there. We can talk about it. We've even gotten to the point where we've, some people are really hurting, know they need this, and, they're just, the money's not there right now. So trust me, we can work out payment plans. I'm not financing it. That's just silly. I'm not a bank. But we can definitely help you out. Get a hold of me. Let's talk about it, because if you've got, a property you want to sell, maybe it's your parents' house that they have to sell because, they've undergrown it, because you can't really outgrow a house if you downsize. Do you undergrow it? Is it just too much house at that point?
Yeah.
You know what I mean. But they're there.
Diminished
need for space.
That's
You've
right.
all moved out. People are concerned with their parents, if their parents are still at home or they're looking to move to a villa or something. They're at that house right now. You want to sell that house. We need to showcase that house. And you know what? You don't necessarily want a whole bunch of people walking in there, with your parents there. So get a hold of me. We can go in, capture it just like they're there, do one of those virtual tours, share it out there to the world, and we can help you sell your house without bringing people in there. Tell your realtor to get a hold of me. We're making great deals for people right now because we understand the situation. We're definitely boosting our value, but we also know that things are what they are right now. So get a hold of me. We can talk about it. Oh, my coffee got cold. Wow. Ha ha. That is the worst. I can't figure out people that drink iced coffee, but, I just, is what it is. So, briefly, I want to talk about, I had my buddy Joe Nesbitt on here a couple weeks ago, talking about the Colleen Nesbitt Memorial Foundation. And these guys went over the weekend and did a bike ride. They rode the entire Katy Trail. They rolled out there by Kansas City and started on a thing. And over 3 days, they rode that entire thing back here to just outside the St. Charles area. So that is pretty cool. They ended up raising more money than what they initially started with because, obviously people were paying attention, watching the videos and stuff like that. That's another fabulous organization that was created. A foundation was created out of an unfortunate situation. Colleen passed away. God, it's been a while now. Boy, it's been over a year. She was the sweetest, the youngest sibling of 5, and I knew all the 4 brothers very, very well. They're some of my closest friends, and their parents are the bomb. They're awesome. So definitely, if you go on that Colleen Nesbitt Memorial Foundation, there's some videos from the ride. Me and a couple of buddies were giving Joe some trouble because he was videoing and riding at the same time. But he did not crash, which is good. So that's we were just being our usual snarky selves as we were talking about that. So that's something, too, if you want to get on there and check that out so that,
2 years ago.
Is it 2 years ago already? Jeez.
Let's see, August 25th.
Okay, so it will be 2 years, right?
Yeah.
Will be 2 years in August, yeah. So that's, going on as well. I'm sure there are plenty of events out there. Like I said, if you want to talk about an event you have coming up, get a hold of me. Get a hold of Papa. We'll get you on here. We'll talk about it. Ferguson USA Hot Talk Radio is looking for hosts as well. You want to host a show? You want to do a podcast? Get a hold of Papa, yes?
Yeah, mind if I go over the shows that we actually have?
Well, sure. Go right ahead.
Well, great. First, we have the Kirk Schilling Extravaganza, at least until we find something better.
That one sounds terrible.
Oh, it is, but it's fun to watch. But we have some new shows coming up.
What?
We do.
Giddy up. Let's hear it.
We have Lisa Mash and Scott Bartman, who are going to be talking about addiction on Thursdays at 4:30.
Okay.
We have the Petty Roast Show with Letherial Phillips. That's on Fridays at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
On Saturdays, I have the Missouri Black Chamber of Commerce at 1 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
And on Saturdays, I will be having on 25th of this month, we're going to start a show with MC Robinson.
MC Robinson.
Yes, he's going to start at 5 o'clock on Saturday evenings. So that'll all be on the schedule. But
Excellent.
I wanted to let you know what was going on.
Very cool, very cool. Getting some more time in there. So there's still room. If you've ever wanted to do a podcast, you could do just about anything you want to, as long as it has a positive spin to it. Come on here, talk about business, stuff like that. What did I just get texted about? Oh, it was just, okay. Extreme Bar Bingo.
Wow.
Yeah, how about that? Beyond that, it's definitely an interesting time in this planet. Oh, you know what else? There's a way that people like to express their feelings. How is that, Papa? Well, it's through music. Would you believe that?
Really? Tell us more, Kirk.
Tell you more. So, St. Louis has always been a hotbed for new music, new bands, things of that nature. So if you've got a band, if you're out playing music, you want to get yourself on here. I'm dying to have somebody come in here and play a little acoustic set for us live here in studio. We may have to move a few things around or just kick me out of the way, but
that's why it's a studio.
That's why it's a studio. We'll figure it out. So if you got a band, you want to talk about your music, you want to get your music out there, definitely make sure you hit me up on that, because we're dying to hear some music in here. I need some music in my life. Gots to get some music. So that's a possibility as well with this show. What else we got here? It's July. It's hot. People are doing the vacation thing. Somewhat.
Comet in the sky.
There is a comet in the sky. I almost forgot. It's a Newsome. Is that the name of it?
I forget it. It's something that's never been seen before.
New. Let's just look it up. I think it's like the Newsome. Is that Neowise? I had the right letters, just out of order.
So we're coming
the
back
Neowise
to the Matrix,
comet. Huh?
We're coming back to the Matrix.
Matrix. Matrix.
Exactly.
Anyway, so yeah, I think we are right now, what is today, the 14th? We are at the peak of the viewing time, I think. And if I remember right, it's like 10 degrees up from the horizon, somewhere around the Big Dipper, I think. But apparently you can see the comet and its tail. So definitely you Google that, it comes up quick with all kinds of different information on that, which is really cool, because comets are cool. I remember when I always messed it up. People always call it Halley's Comet, but isn't it Halley's Comet, or is it Halley's Comet?
It's Halley's.
Is it Halley's? It's not pronounced. Anyway, that was 1986. My goal is to make it to the next one. It was 86, right? No, it's every 86 years. Crap, I'm just making stuff up now as I go about it.
You are.
I'm just really, literally,
This is Kirk Science.
This is Kirk Science. Yes. Too bad I don't have a grant to just talk whatever about what I want to talk about, right? Let's get a grant just so we can talk about gibberish. No, it was, is that right? Hold on. Halley's Comet last seen.
Visible from Earth every 75 to 76 years.
Yes, it was 1986. I was right. See? Predicted. Next time we're going to see it, 75 years later, 2061. So.
Go for it.
I think.
40 more years.
Yeah, I won't. That'll be my, 64. I'll be 90, so I'll be like 87. I might still be able to see by then. Maybe. Maybe not. Who knows? It doesn't go shooting across the sky, just so you know that. That's something to make mention of. All right, 2-minute warning. 2-minute warning. We got 2 minutes left. Like I said, what on earth is going on? If you want to get yourself on here, make sure you contact us. Like I said, next week we've got the one and only George Slaughter here on the interwebs with us, here on the Kirk Schilling Extravaganza, at least until we find something better. Make sure you take care of yourself here in the next week. I hear there's a little heat wave supposed to be coming. It might get a little delayed. I thought Wednesday was supposed to be awful, but then I looked at it and it doesn't seem so bad. So maybe got a little delayed. Make sure you stay hydrated. Take care of yourself out there. And you know what? I think we should just go ahead and say it's been great having you here this week. We will see you next week. Take care of yourself, St. Louis. I'll see you next time.